Hey there, how's it going? It is your muscle building coach, Lee Hayward, and in today's video we're going to discuss calves and basically your genetics for building big muscular calves. And one of the things you're probably going to notice is a lot of heavy set people, fat people if you will, endomorphic type of people, have very large calves. And part of the reason for this is simply due to the fact that they have a lot of body weight, and that extra weight is providing muscular overload to the calves. Every time they walk, take a step, move, climb stairs, anything at all, they are lifting a lot of weight with their calves. And of course, if you have a lot of body weight, that is a heavy body weight calf raise in comparison to someone who has a slim physique. So very often you will see good calves on overweight people. Not always, but it's kind of a more common than not. Now, when it comes to calf development, one of the key things you need to look at is where the calf muscle inserts. So in my case here, I'll just show you here, I have genetically good calves. My mom has big calves as well, and when I was a kid I was kind of chunky. I wasn't obese, but hey, I was stocky, and I guess extra weight helped to develop the calves at a young age. But you can look at where the muscle inserts. You know, people with good calves tend to have a longer calf muscle and a shorter calf tendon. People with weak calves tend to have a shorter muscle but a longer tendon. A lot of black guys tend to have short muscles, so the calf is very high and there's a long tendon insertion. And that's actually very advantageous from an athletic performance point of view. I mean, you can be very explosive and very strong due to that, due to the tendons and the leverage. I mean, strength doesn't always come from sheer muscle mass. I mean, your tendons and your leverage and ligaments and all that come into play. So, I mean, that's why sometimes, you know, not necessarily the biggest guy is the strongest. I mean, you'll sometimes see people who are kind of that long, lean, sinewy physique, and they may be very strong for their size. But regardless of where you are and what your situation is, improvement is always possible. So when it comes to improving your calf development, one of the best things you can do is increase your training frequency. So rather than hitting it once a week, like, you know, a typical bodybuilding workout, I'm going to train each muscle group once a week. With the calves, hit them more often. I mean, every other day is a great schedule to start with. If you can even build up to, you know, literally daily calf training. The calves are very tough, very dense, and they are built to handle a lot of volume. And with your calf workouts, rather than getting hung up on trying to lift ridiculously heavy weight, focus on the technique and the form and really feeling your calves stretch and contract with each repetition. One of the mistakes I see in the gym with a lot of guys training calves is when they're doing their calf raises, they're using a very short range of motion, way too much weight more often than not, and a very short range of motion where they're kind of just bouncing up and down in the mid-range. So they're loading up the calf raise machine and they're doing these little tiny bouncy calf raises like that, and using way too much weight, sometimes like the full stack on the standing calf raise machine or something like that. And what's happening is you're not really engaging the calves. You're not activating the full length of the muscle. What you want to do is focus on getting a good stretch. So letting your calf sink all the way down and elongating that muscle to fully stretch it. Hold that for a second and then come right up onto the balls of your feet. Get a peak contraction in your calves so that you feel the muscle fully contract. Hold that for a second and then repeat. So kind of slow down your calf raises and break them down into this fully stretched, hold, fully peak contraction, hold, and do your repetitions in that fashion. Now, while you'll get less reps, you'll actually get more time under tension and more muscle activation. And this will really help to fully engage the calves. Because just think about when you're walking and you're doing your day-to-day activities, your calves are always doing that little mini calf raise in the mid-range. Very rare do they get outside that mid-range where you're fully stretching and elongating the calf muscle and getting up, you know, peak contraction where you're right up on your tippy toes. So that's where you want to focus the majority of your training. So if you want some more tips about calf training, I have a free report that you can download right on my website. It's called Killer Calves. And this, again, totally free. All you have to do is click on the link in the video description below to download your copy, and it covers a complete calf training workout that you can use yourself. So hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please feel free to post those down in the comment section below, and I will talk to you in my next video. Take care. Over and out.